now rocking with the Locked and Loaded RN. If you're new to my channel, bienvenidos. And if you're one of my awesome subscribers, welcome back. So before I get into my video, don't forget to like my video, share my video, and subscribe to my channel, okay? If my outfit and my whole whatever looks familiar, yes, I just finished recording my last video, the 10 Sister Lock Confessions, and I literally decided to do another video real fast before I go about my day. So don't judge me, y'all. I know that the YouTubers like to change their outfit for different videos. Not happening. Don't judge me. Okay, so this video is going to be on my little weekend getaway that I went on, and there's going to be a lot of videos and pictures, but I just wanted to share with you guys. It's not anything, you know, extraordinary, but I just wanted to give some ideas for people looking to, you know, do a little weekend getaway to New York or to Boston. And it's mainly on the hotels or the hotels that I stayed at each place, and, you know, the activities that I did, the pros and the cons for the hotels, because I know that it's not always easy to decide where to stay, especially when you're on a budget. So I wanted to share that with you. So the first place that I went to New York for one night. And where I stayed at was the Hampton Inn, New York. It's near Laguardia Airport, and that's in Queens, New York. So what I'm going to give you the pros and cons for each place. Of course, someone is honking their horn outside now. So I'm going to give you the pros and cons for each place, so that if you're interested, you can look into staying there as well. So the Hampton Inn, the pros to it. It's near the Yankee Stadium. And for me, that was important because, you know, I do have plans to go back to New York again this year, and I want it to be in that vicinity. So it's literally like from the room that I was in, I could see the Yankee Stadium from my window. The second pro was that there's a shuttle service to LaGuardia Airport. So even if you're not gonna be touring New York and you want to fly out from New York, it's a good option to go stay there for a night. And then the shuttle service will bring you, if your flight is leaving at like 4 in the morning or 6, so that you're not driving to New York at that time. You could already be there, just jump on the shuttle and it bring you right to LaGuardia, and it's a free shuttle. So that's an option, because I normally leave out at 2, 3 in the morning to get to New York early, when you could just stay over, wake up, get the shuttle, and be on your way. So that's an option to consider. The next pro is there was free breakfast. You know, you can't go wrong with free breakfast. It was like, you know, sausage, pancakes, waffle maker, biscuits, cereal. I think there was oatmeal, coffee, tea. I did get there late, so a lot of the things I think were already cleared out. But, you know, something to, like we say, stop a gap until you eat something else later on. And it's free, so why not? The next thing was the room was really clean. So I didn't have any problems with the room. You know, the sheets, and I'm a person that I pull back the sheets and I look around, and everything was really clean. I felt comfortable. Normally I like itch staying at hotels because, you know, I'm a nurse, y'all. I have a problem with germs. But there were no issues with that. I felt really comfortable. The next thing is it's 20 minutes from Times Square. And so for me, that was a pro, because I actually have wanted to go to Times Square. And initially I was trying to get a hotel right there on that street. However, the hotels were super expensive. And for me, I wasn't willing to pay that because I've seen Times Square a million times. Number two was that every time I would try to book, the dates weren't available. So I wanted to get something that was close enough that I'll be able to get there, but not so close that it'll be super expensive. And so this allowed us to take the shuttle service to the airport. From the airport, you get on a bus. I think it's like the T or something like that, or Q20, something like that. I forgot now. But they will walk you through it, and you could ask a lot of people, and they will tell you what to do. And so you take the bus from there, and it brings you to I think it was Penn Station, if I'm right. Penn Station, or what's the other one? Port Authority? I'm not sure. I know it brought us somewhere. And then from there, we took a train, and then you got out of the train, and then you were there at Times Square. It sounds like a lot, but it really wasn't that bad. And I think you only had to pay, I think it was like $4.50 to get the ticket to go do all of that. Everything else there was free. The bus from the airport to the first stop was also free. So that's a good option. And then when it was time to go back to the hotel, we did the same thing to go back, and the shuttle service comes back again. It picks you up, and you could call as well, and it will bring you back to the hotel. And it runs from, I want to say 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. So there's just that little 4-hour gap that you won't be able to get them, but that's pretty good to me. So now the cons. The cons were that there were only 20 free parking spots for the hotel. If you didn't get one of those spots, you had to pay to park in the garage. And the garage was $30 a day. We did end up getting a free parking spot. But then again, it's New York. You're getting parking spot is something that you kind of have to put in your mind that it's a hit or miss. More than likely, you got to pay to park. So, I did see a lot of people parking in the fire lane. I wouldn't try that because I don't have time to have my car towed while I'm on a little mini vacation. But I did see a lot of people parked there, I guess, to not have to pay. And when I came out, the cars were still there. So I don't know if you want to try that. I didn't want that. If I couldn't get a spot, I was going to go pay to park. And that was really the only con, was just the free parking, the 20 spots, first come, first serve. Then the next place I went to was Boston for 2 nights, and I stayed at the Encore hotel in the harbor. It's a casino. The pros to that were excellent customer service. From the time you pull up, valet is there to meet you, and it's free valet. They take your car, and when you're ready for it, they'll bring it back. From the time you walk in, everyone is there like ready to greet you, and they're so helpful, and they're so friendly and warm. Checking in wasn't a problem. The bellman brought the luggages, the suitcase upstairs, put the coats up, everything. It was really nice. Let's see. He explained like the mini bar, everything. He went over every detail of the room, which was really nice. So the room, beautiful. I know that's the most beautiful hotel I've ever stayed in. And that wasn't even the highest, the most luxury hotel room that they have. They have bigger suites. And I was like, not this time, maybe next time. But really nice. Beautiful. It's like everything is so thought out. There's an iPad, and I'm gonna put a video in, a little clip. An iPad that controls everything: the TV, the curtains, the AC, the lights. You didn't have to get out of bed. Like, you could just do it on your iPad, anything. Order your room service, name it, and you could do it from the iPad. It was a nice little touch. I enjoyed it. Then they just had everything that you could possibly need. They had toothbrushes in the bathroom, toothpaste, mouthwash, soap, of course, shampoo, makeup remover wipes. They had shoe polish, a little kit that had needle and thread. What else? I think that's it. But it was just so cute. I never saw a hotel stock all of those little items. I know they always have like soap and little things like that, but I've never seen them go out of their way to stock all of these things that you might have forgotten. They also had a shuttle service that took you down so that you could travel Boston if you wanted to. That was also free. And it was easy. You came right out of the hotel, jumped on it, and it will bring you down to either Wellington, I believe, or there was another one, and I can't remember what it was called. I didn't go there, so I don't remember it. The next thing is the scenery. I stayed on the 21st floor, and beautiful, beautiful at night and during the day, beautiful, especially if you get the harbor view. I upgraded to the harbor view, and I think it was so worth it because it was beautiful. The next thing is the other guests are really friendly. It's just a beautiful atmosphere, not just with the workers, but the other guests. They're chatting. They come from different parts of the, United States, and they just want to talk and meet other people. Let's see. They do have a spa, so that's a nice little thing that you can choose to do while you're there. They do offer room service, so you don't have to leave your room if you want to have them bring your food up. The cons. The food was super expensive. Well, not super expensive. I'm stretching it. The food was expensive. I would say about $100 per plate. And it also depends on which restaurant you go to. For me, I don't mind spending money, especially if you're on a trip or on vacation, because that's the plan, to spend money. But I'm a foodie. So when I buy food, I like that it's a large amount of food, like a good quantity of food that's going to fill me. And if I'm going to spend $100 for the plate, it needs to be like something I've never tasted before. To me, it gave me Olive Garden vibes. To be honest, I ate at the Italian restaurant. I got ravioli, and it wasn't anything that I was blown away by. That's just me. I do like quality and I do like quantity. I eat a lot. I'm a skinny girl, but I put down a lot of food. And so for me to walk away and still be hungry, like, oh, that was a nice appetizer. No. Like, I got a salad, and it was literally 4 pieces of romaine lettuce that they cut in half, put a little Caesar dressing on it, and put like a full piece of cheese on top. Maybe to some people that's like, oh, fancy. For me, no. And mind you, I also don't eat out much. I prefer to cook and eat at home. So maybe that's why I wasn't impressed. I don't know. That's just me. So to me, I don't think the food was worth it. Let's see what else. They did have a club, if that's what you're into. They did have a club there, but it's only open on certain days of the week. So depending on when you go and how long you're staying, you might not be able to go to the club. The next thing is, of course, there was no free breakfast. Like, this place, you're kicking money out. So complimentary breakfast, negative. The only thing that was free was the water. Like, that's it. Other than that, you're kicking bread out. Number 4, there was a $300 security deposit that you have to pay. Mind you, I wasn't expecting that because when I booked the room, I had to pay 200 something dollars, as my, to hold the room. So to me, I thought that when I got there, I was just paying the remainder of, my balance. But I was shocked to hear that I also had $300 that I had to pay as a security deposit for the room. This kid's screaming, so excuse me. So you got to keep that in mind. Of course, you know, it wasn't a end all be all. However, I just wish I would have known that. Maybe it was somewhere and I missed it. I don't know. But you got to keep that in mind when you're going, because the room itself was, I believe, about $400, $500. And then you got $300 for the deposit. So keep that in mind. There was a fridge. So the next one is, there was a fridge, but it's like the mini bar with the alcohol and stuff. There was no room for you to put food. Like if you came from outside with food, there was no room to put food there. They said that if you wanted an additional fridge, you would have to pay extra for them to bring one up to your room. So that was a con for me, because, you know, you want to be able to store stuff if you want in your little fridge. No microwave either. I guess the thing is implied that you need to go eat there. You're not bringing food. You're not cooking food and bringing it. All of that hood stuff, they don't want it. So you gotta, I guess it's really free to buy food there. And then the next thing was the room service. They only have room service on certain days. So once again, depending on the day that you go, you won't be able to get room service. If that's what you're trying to experience, you won't be able to do it. But overall, I loved it. I would go again. I don't think I said the price for the other hotel. So the one in New York, it was 200 something for the night. This one was actually 200 something for the night as well. But then when I got there, I wanted to upgrade to the harbor view. So that was an additional 40 for the night. So the total, I think, like I said, came up to $500, $600 for the 2 nights. To me, was it worth it? Yes. Would I stay at both of them again? Absolutely. And I just want to say something else. For the Boston Harbor, the Encore one, when I went to Boston, we ended up leaving and going to get food from the Hard Rock Cafe. Their food was really good. And the portions, of course, were large. And so I enjoyed the food there more than in the casino. But the casino does offer several different restaurants for you if to eat at. There's the Italian restaurant, there's steak, there's I think Asian or Japanese food, there's Dunkin' Donuts, there's Shake and Shack, which their hamburgers were awesome. So there's many different options. I only really went to the one restaurant and I bought fries and a burger from Shake and Shack. I hope I'm saying it right, because that's my first time going. But overall, the food to me, like I said, especially at the restaurants, were overpriced, in my opinion. But once again, like I said, that's coming from a person that doesn't eat out much. I'd rather go buy my groceries, cook my food in my house. I get more portions and I make it how I want it, and it makes me feel better. I'm willing to spend on a lot of things, food, just to say that I bought something for $100, $200. Just, that's not it for me, you know. But yeah. So if you're thinking to check them out, definitely, or go to Boston, I definitely would recommend staying there. If you want to go to New York, I would definitely recommend staying at the Hampton Inn. It was a good time, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you. If you've ever stayed at any of these places, please comment below and let me know what you thought of them. And I will be happy to, I look forward to reading your comments. Until the next time.